Hitler was born in Grunau am Inn on 20th of April 1889 in Austria, not in Germany. Hello everyone, my name is Adarsh and today we'll talk about Adolf Hitler. How from a boy who wanted to become an artist, once even wanted to become a priest, always had fascination towards art, ended up becoming the very definition of evil that we know today. To know about his story, watch this video till the end. Hitler wanted to be an artist. He loved painting. He loved doing artistic work. But his father, who had once been a civil servant, forced him to pursue it too, to become a civil servant. He could not go against his father's decision. The reason being very simple. His relationship with his father was not so good. He even often got beaten up by his father. So he started pursuing it half-heartedly until in 1903, suddenly his father died. He felt free to pursue his dream to become an artist after that. He went for that. One very important aspect of his life, something that he even mentions in his own book, is about how a very significant role his history teacher played in his life. Dr. Leopold, his history teacher, presented him with many various tales of glory of some German popular people like Bismarck. Those tales presented Hitler with the opportunity to develop that sense of patriotism, that German nationalism, the concept of fatherland. He fell in love with Germany. In fact, when he grew up, he went to Germany to pursue his further education. He went there, applied to many schools, but unfortunately, he got rejected twice by the Academy of Fine Arts, Vienna, and could not get into the School of Architecture because he lacked the required and important credentials, the documents, because he had not completed his prior education. In 1907, when suddenly his mother died too, he became all alone. His relationship with his mother was quite good. 1 year after that, he was already out of money. He started working as a laborer, started making paintings and posters to earn a living while he was living in Germany, until he got this opportunity to fight for Germany in World War I. He was very enthusiastic for that. Officials say, this is a very interesting thing related to this, that since Hitler was from his native place, Austria, he should have been sent back to that place during the war. But probably, due to some mistake, he was given the opportunity to fight for Germany. He was fighting a tough war on the front line for few years. It's at least something that he said in his book. We don't really know that. But when Germany lost the World War I, he was filled with disappointment. He started to blame certain groups, certain people within the country. He started blaming the political party, for instance, that was ruling Germany at that point of time for the loss of the war and even worse, the Treaty of Versailles. After the war, he started working with the army as an intelligence agent. He was tasked with the role to infiltrate the German Workers' Party, DAP, later renamed as the Nazi Party. After he got discharged from the army, he started to work full-time with the party.
He was the 555th
member of the party. Interesting thing about it is that the party only had 55 members. So they started the counting from 500 so that the party looked big to the outsiders. Now that's creativity. Germany lost World War I. It suffered massive loss. It lost its land, people, army, the air force, and overall that had to pay war reparations that lasted 92 years, ended recently in 2010. The Germans felt betrayed and humiliated. And when they thought that things could not get any worse, the Great Depression gave them the final blow. The Germany at that point of time was in utter chaos. People of Germany, the citizens, felt that the government leading them could not take care of them at that point of time. Hitler became the manifestation of the desires of the German people. He wanted to restore Germany's power. He worked his way to become the leader of Nazi party and started to campaign. He promised people a better life. He promised them more opportunities, more jobs, promised them a market to trade in. A country with much more power, much more stronger in the army aspect. He was a great speaker.
Meine Arbeit für richtig hältst, ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich nicht in die
Speeches were filled with emotions that captured people's heart. His words had strong conviction that showed people hope. People saw in Hitler their savior. With each election, Nazi party became stronger with much more support. In fact, in the end, Hitler became the Chancellor of Germany. Still not the president though. But they did not stop there. An incident, a fire that broke out in the building of the German parliament gave Nazi an opportunity to expand their power. Within the few hours of the fire, Nazi propaganda spread fear of a communist revolt. Hitler convinced the then president Hindenburg to invoke Article 48 of the Constitution, which gave the president the powers of a dictator. It was an emergency. The people, citizens, the press, they lost their freedom and rights. Nazi and Hitler utilized the opportunity. They oppressed their enemies, their opponents, political opponents, and more than that, the overall power distribution in the country was limited to very few people in the hands of just one person, the president. Who caused the fire? Nobody really knows. A guy was caught on the spot and was even executed, but we don't know who conspired it all. There are various theories claiming that maybe it was the Nazi party or maybe the communists themselves. Nobody knows. When the then President Hindenburg died, Hitler used a referendum to combine the offices of the Chancellor and the office of the President into one, and later on declared himself the sole authority, the dictator.